Example 3, we're going to find some range of possible values for x. So in other words, I want a compound inequality when we do this. We're still using the hinge theorem. Alrighty? I know that this side is congruent to itself, part of both triangles. We're actually going to compare the 6x plus 15 and the angle measure 65. We're going to compare those first. And that's based on the side lengths across from it. JE is 11 and EG is 9. Well, since 11 is bigger than 9, that would mean that the angle 6x plus 15 has to be bigger than 65. So we're going to write that as an inequality. 6x plus 15 is greater than 65. And we'll get to solving that in just a second. Alright? The other part of this is that we don't actually know if angle measures, or we're not assuming that angle measures are going to go past 180 degrees at this point. So yes, we have an angle measure greater than 65, but we need to cap this off and say that that angle measure, 6x plus 15, is also less than 180 degrees. Alright, which will get us our compound inequality. So if we solve for this thing, we'll start with the one in purple up there. If I take 6x plus 15 is greater than 65, subtract 15, divide by 6, you're going to get a value of x being greater than about 8 1/3 is what you would come up with. Likewise, if you do this one in yellow down here, subtract 15, divide by 6, x is going to be less than 27.5 or 27.5, however you want to write it. In other words, our compound inequality, my smallest value is 8 1/3 less than x, which is less than 27, and I'll stick to the fraction, 27.5. Those are my range of values for my x. Alright, let's actually do one more in addition. This time we'll look at side lengths here. Alright, in the guided practice. We're still doing the same thing, finding range values. Okay, except this time we're dealing with sides. Okay? I know that this side right here is congruent to this side. I also know that the 50s are congruent. I'll put tick marks there to kind of tell us we're done with those sides. So in other words, we're comparing 5x plus 2 to 47. And that is based on these angle measures again, across from it. Alright, we're basing it on that. Well, 68 is bigger than 47. Or 68 is bigger than 55, which means that the 47 must be bigger than the 5x plus 2. Writing that in an equality, 5x plus 2 is going to be less than 47. Again, though, if we think about side lengths and length, our length of our side has to be bigger than 0. We can't have a negative side length. So we're going to say that that side length, 5x plus 2, is also greater than 0. And the same thing applies, we're going to solve this. Subtract 2, divide by 5, x is going to be less than 9. Same thing over here, if I subtract 2, divide by 5, x is really greater than negative 2/5. Again, write this as a compound inequality. We would get negative 2/5 as our smallest value, less than x, which is less than 9.